Hello Facebook, hello Instagram. Happy full moon. We've got a full moon upon us, full moon eclipse in Scorpio. Yeah, I won't go into that. How is everyone? I hope you're well. Good to see everyone. I haven't got my nice filter on tonight because they've taken away my good filter on Instagram. Love that filter. Now it's gone. Alicia, hello. Good to see you. Hi, Sandy. Jennifer, hello. Joe, hi. Oh, Miranda, hello. Hello, Miranda. Jennifer, hello. Lovely to see you. Hello, everyone. Glad you're here. Glad you've made it. Hello, now, is that Seri or is that Cherry? I've probably pronounced it completely wrong. Sorry about that. I'm sure I'm not the only one. Hi, Shani. Good to see you. Hello, Sharon. Nice to see you. Zara. Princess Sophia. Hello, Nigel. Oh, thanks, Nigel. I'm doing good. I've had a good day, had a restful day. Leash, hello. Lovely to see you. Oh, it's good to see everyone. Hello, Melissa, Isabella. So I'm just going to give my hello, Nikki. Angie, whoops, cards are flying everywhere. Getting a bit excited. Sandra, hello. Welcome aboard, everyone. I'm so glad you made it for tonight's read. Yes, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Marina Lovas. You can see it on the screen anyway. I am your soul purpose mentor, and I support intuitive and spiritual entrepreneurs to monetize their passion to purpose, creating programs and services that sell out. And I do that teaching the intuitive arts, in particular channeling and tarot. Yes, so Sarah, you keep saying card please, card please, card please. It's coming, but first thing first, the way this works is I do a 3-card reading for the collective. So I do a 3-card reading for the collective, your spirit team, my spirit team, your higher self, my higher self, all working in sacred collaboration together. And I've put my hand up to do the reading. I'll do a reading for you after the collective report, after the energy report. Promise. And so, yeah, I'll read for that. I'll do that first. So if anything resonates in that reading for you, it is for you. I happen to love doing the energy report. Somewhat selfish. I do it for me too, so I can get a reading as well tonight. And I just love to do it anyway. The more you show up, the more relevant they become, and the spirit tends to work with the people that follow. We end up creating our own tribe, and it's just what happens. So it gets more and more accurate the more often you show up. So, which I love. That's what I love about the collective report. Hello, Princess, you're new here. And so after I've done the report, thanks, Holly. Oh, I appreciate the share. That's just lovely. Thank you so much. After I've done the energy report, I will then do some readings for people. You can just put yes in the comments section, or you're welcome to put a question in there. And I can't speak. Oh, I always get tongue-tied. So if you'd like a reading, just put yes in the comments section or ask me a question. I'm very happy to answer questions. Would love a question. So, there's a few new people here. Hello. Before I do the reading and whilst I do a shuffle, just to let you know that I'm currently opening up private one-to-one mentoring and training in mediumship and channeling. So it is, the link is above in this reading. I wonder if I've got it here. I'll pop the link in here. Let me tell you a little bit about it. So basically it is a combination of spiritual counseling, hypnosis, and channeling and mediumship training. So I'll teach you how to connect with your spirit team or your spirit guide. We'll talk about spirit, and we'll talk about channeling and the how-to and some of the theory behind that. We'll also look at mediumship as well, and we'll explore your mediumship skills, which will help you to connect with loved ones who have passed over. So it's not just me connecting with them, it will be you, me holding space for you to have tangible experience, evidence, tangible experience, embodied experience of your loved ones who are on the other side. And I'll help you to connect with them more clearly and accurately and with tangibility. And then we also work on the heart chakra. So we work on clearing the heart as well, clearing any, maybe clearing isn't the right word, helping you to open your heart and become more vulnerable so that you can feel into source and into love and into the higher planes of our reality, to connect in with our multidimensional self. And then also I'll take you through what is called a past life, other life hypnosis, which is a regression. Right. I don't like to say too much about the regression, because people who sign up, I don't want them to have an expectancy already. But in short, you'll go on three different journeys in this hypnosis, and I'll take you into the realm of spirit, the realm of soul and spirit, as well as past life, other lives. That's all I'll say. And so, yeah, it's a 3-session journey. The sessions go for about 2 hours. And I don't have, because it's 1-to-1, I don't have a lot of time. So I've got 3 spaces open for June, and I've got 2 spaces still open, or no, yes, 2 spaces still open for May. So if you'd like a spot, just either book in now so I know, and then I can, I know you're there, or private message me if you've got some questions about it. Now, often people, when they sign up to do channeling training, they want to sign up because they want to get in touch with their purpose. They want to feel into who they are, what they've come here to do in this lifetime, and obviously connect with their loved ones who have passed over, along with being supported by spirit or their guardian angels or their spirit team, or whatever name you like to call it. And so people will often activate their soul purpose when they come and do some work with me. So they end up moving into alignment, into a much more authentic place of who they are and what they've come here to do in this lifetime. It becomes very clear after working with me. So yes, the link is above, or please private message me and I'd love to work with you. Now, if you're in Perth, I encourage you to do this in-house. So, come into this space, this room here. There's my hypnosis chair there. I've got some other bits and pieces in here. I encourage, I'd like to see you face to face. If you are on the other side of the world or your eastern states, it's fine. Zoom works perfectly fine as well. It's just, if you're in Perth, why not, take the opportunity and meet in person. It's a bit of a privilege these days, isn't it, to meet in person? So, yeah, so the link is up the top, and you are welcome to book in. Or private message me if you've got more questions. Happy to answer questions around it. If you are in Perth, I do like to vet a little bit if you are coming into because my private practice is in my home, so I do like to vet a little bit around that. Okay, so moving on from there, now let's do the reading. So I'm going to pick 3 cards for this week's energy report. And I pick them spontaneously, and then after I've read those cards, then you are most welcome to ask me questions for readings. So let me go. Hello, Alana. Hello, everyone. Abigail's. Nice to meet everyone. Camilla, hello. Let me pick some cards. Hello, Instagram. Oh, thanks. Miranda said, oh, my goodness, jump on board with connecting with Marina. You will not regret it. Oh, thanks, Miranda. Thanks. I'm just so grateful to have you on the team. Hey, one of my colleagues. You've become one of my colleagues. It's amazing. Thrilling. It's really like, I'm so chuffed. I'm so chuffed that we've connected. Soulmates, hey? Yes, so, okay. Let me pick some cards. I wonder what they're going to be. Let's see. I've got no idea. I've got them face down, 3 cards. All right, first card for this week's energy report. Oh, such a brilliant card. One of my favorite cards, and so meaningful for me personally as well, but and it will be meaningful for those of you, particularly for you, Miranda, as well. This is the card of the second career. Now, it's never too late. It is never too late to start a new business, a new career, a new job, a new way of earning money. It is never too late. You can start at any decade, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. I started my business in my late 40s and it's become successful, and I'm nearly 50, but it took about 3 years. So you can start at any time. It just takes commitment. The pentacles represent how we make money, how we invest our resources, what we do with our resources to take care of ourselves, and how we take care of our health. This tells me that many of you might have already been offered a new position, or you're thinking about a new role or a new position. This is confirmation that you must go forward to do that. For those of you who are in your current role or doing something in your current career, but you want to add another layer to it or upskill, this is confirmation to go ahead and do that. But it's such a fabulous card in the context of thriving. Like for most people, you do really find your success when you're a bit older in life. And I think that's, personally, I think it's because you get to know yourself more. You know more of who you are. And because you know more of who you are, it means that you can make decisions that are more aligned to who you are. So some of us are, some of the younger people on here are of the great, have been very fortunate to have, already started learning about themselves or focusing on personal journeying, when they were younger, in their younger years or in their youth, which is fabulous. And it is more common now. But for many people, they don't really find themselves until they're in their sort of 40s and 50s. And it doesn't mean that you cannot recreate income or start a new career. Absolutely. This is confirmation that it is possible and that you can. And look at all those coins. Look at all those coins. That's a lot of coinage there. But it does require hard work. So we've been called to not be afraid to upskill. Sometimes it might be potentially starting a new, starting something like a new degree or a new course, and in an effort to have a new career. And for some of you, it'll be something completely different, something that you've never done before. You've wanted to do it, but it's like completely different to your other path. And so, this is confirmation that it is the right path, and to not be afraid to change it up and do something different. Okay, the next card. Oh, great cards. So this is the card of success. This is the promise of success. This is the promise of public recognition. This is the promise that everything will be okay, and this has been recognized for your skills. And also for some of you, it might be you found the house, you found the job, even, you finally got the right relationship or you've met the right person. But it does signify success. It also signifies, because it's the wands. The wands represent our creativity, our imagination. They represent soul purpose and destiny and our creative life. Like your life is the art. It's not necessarily, you're an artist, but you're an artist in creating your own destiny. You are the creative force. Creativity moves through you. It's not happening to you. It moves through you. And this is part of the lesson of the wands. And Jason in this card, he's finally found his calling. He's finally found his destiny. His purpose. And for some of you, it may be like that. You feel like you finally got your hands on what it is that you've come here to do in this lifetime. For some of you, you might be scared to claim it. And this card is suggesting, asking you, don't be afraid, like claim this journey. For some of you, you might be trying to water it down, or you're sort of not fully like letting yourself say, or maybe you're kind of halfway there, or you're not quite claiming it, or you're watering it down is probably a good way to describe it. You're not fully claiming your skills and stating the facts of what it is that you can do. Like, for example, as a tarot reader, I know I am one of the best tarot readers and tarot teachers. Absolutely. And I put a stake in the ground and I've claimed that. And I want you to claim your expertise as well. This is what this card is about. It is about claiming your expertise and about claiming your purpose and not being afraid to do that. If you don't back yourself, who's going to back you? You've got to back yourself. But this card does suggest, if you probably can't see, but there's a load of people in the background. We've also got to remember that we don't get to where we get to in our lives without the help of other people. There are often people supporting us in the background. You do have the support. You do have the support to fulfill this dream or this a business idea or this new career move or having this new home. You do have the support behind you, and trust that you've got people who do care and that people will support you in this. Go all in, say yes to it. Okay. Oh, all these minor cards. Interesting. No major cards this week. So the next card is the Page of Swords. Now, this card, it is really relevant. The swords represent. Can you see that, ladies? Yeah. So the swords, my ear's burning. Somebody's talking about me. I hope it's good. The swords represent change, transformation, chaos, speaking your truth, cutting through distortions. Think of the swords as cutting through illusions and distortions. They're karmic cards. They're about the swords are about change and the anxiety that often comes with change. They are growth. They are about transformation, and they're probably the most chaotic of the minor arcana because they do create conflict. And so we're a bit afraid. When the swords come up, most people go, "Oh no, it's the swords. What's going to happen?" Yeah, we have to learn to confront conflict. In this card, the Page of Swords is a messenger. So, hi Jack, good to see you. He's a messenger. Hi Megan, and yes. So, got distracted with the people that are online. Hold on a minute. So the swords, this card represents change and transformation. So it is the beginnings of change. And it is about acquiring or recognizing values that are really important to you, that are actually guiding you and giving you direction. You know when you're on the right path because it aligns with your values, what are important to you. And so this card is a reminder that we do have to get in touch with our values to be in alignment with our soul purpose, to be in alignment with what we've come here to do, with our truth. If freedom matters to you, if that's a really important value to you, I can't imagine you being in a 9-to-5 job. I'm not sure that would be a good fit for you. Maybe like a laptop lifestyle might be a better fit for you, for example. But this card, it does represent you getting in touch with those values and expressing those values, speaking, it into being, what you want into being. Sometimes this card will come up when there's a bit of gossip going on around us, and the message might be, for some of you, rather than speak, listen. All right, listen to what is not being said. Listen to what is not being said, because therein lies the answer. Okay, that's the message for some of you. And for others, it is just the emergence of new ideas, a new path, a new life is starting to emerge for you, and you can see it. And your values are starting to change now, or old values are starting to come to the surface, which are like you're feeling, you're hearing, and you're feeling, and you're seeing, and you're starting to feel like things aren't a fit anymore, and a new life is starting to emerge, and you've got this feeling that things need to change. So this card represents the beginning of change. Okay, so let's summarize the energy report for this week. First of all, okay, the second career. For those of you, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to change it up and dive on into your passion to purpose. This usually happens later on in life. It doesn't usually happen in your younger years. This is, success can happen at any point in your life. It can happen in any decade. But this card usually represents success happening in your, later 30s, 40s, even 50s, right? Not sort of in your 20s. This is like a bit later on in life. And the promise is that you found your niche, you found your thing. And it's valuable and it's worthy of pursuing, and you will make money from it. In short, for those of you, it might be a new career opportunity, an opportunity to upskill in work, or, potentially starting a new field of study, like, psychology or something along those lines, developing a new academic degree of some sort. This is success. This is great success. This is the promise of success, recognition. This is, public acclaim. This is having the backing and support of other people. This is knowing your purpose. This is getting clarity on your purpose. And for those of you who are too scared to put a stake in the ground, this is a message for you this week to put a stake in the ground and back yourself. Claim your purpose. Really, honestly, doing what you love. And sometimes we don't think it's enough, or we don't think it's good enough, or we don't think it's, it's rich enough, or it is 100% enough. Like, go all in on what you love and let yourself have it. Change is upon us, changes in the air. And yes, there will be some disruption, and that's okay, because we want to break out of Groundhog Day. Hey, we want to move into fulfilling our true purpose, Yeah, so change is on its way. Like, trust your values. Let your values guide you. Let them be the guiding force. If love, freedom, honesty, integrity, creativity, whatever your true values are, if you really ask yourself what your values are, follow that. That'll be a guide for you in terms of you getting into alignment with who you truly are and what you really want to do. Yes, great changes coming about. So, the cards make sense for you, Alana. Thanks. See, I was hoping for something more. I don't know. I mean, they're good cards. They are good cards, but I suppose I wanted some insight about some other stuff, but I didn't get it, so that's okay. Yes, all three cards. I thought these cards would be speaking to all of my amazing tarot students, actually. It might be a message for you guys this week, because it is like that, isn't it? Like, you're starting your second career and you've been called to go in. It has been the topic of conversation. I've got quite a few tarot groups running, but people that don't know me, I've got quite a few groups running at the moment, and everybody's kind of upskilling their career. There's a lot of women who are in my tarot group who are definitely shifting careers, which is amazing. It is amazing. I think the 9-month course has been, so far incredibly transformational for those women. They're getting to know themselves in a way that they didn't before. That's for sure. So, okay, will I crack a government job interview in June and July month? Indu, if you watch the beginning of this reading, I would say yes, given Christ, the cards are flying everywhere. Given the energy report for this week. All right, let me start reading some messages. Hello, Kelly, good to see you. Hi, big hugs, big love. Okay, so I'm going to read for Nigel. I'm going to give you a message tonight. Hi, Nigel. It's nice to meet you and see you again. We know each other, but nice to see you again. Oh, no, and your brothers all have COVID and have symptoms. It's awful, isn't it? Yeah, we're all going to get it at some point. It is terrible, COVID. It's not fun. I've still got some, I had long COVID. It's finally starting to shift, though, for me, although I still have, like, I've developed an autoimmune thing from it now. So I've got this consistent rash around my belly. Can't wear cheap jewelry anymore. Just... yeah, got this buzzing sensation in my tongue with certain foods. I don't know what I'm allergic to anymore. I can't work it out. Like, it just starts buzzing and stinging and stuff, certain foods. So, I'm Dixie. I'm in Perth, Western Australia. Yeah, I'm in Perth, Western Australia. All right, Nigel, this is for you. I don't know who you'll marry. Eliana said, who will I marry? I don't know. Actually, I don't know, but I might pull some cards on it and see what comes up. We might get some qualities of who this person, what he might be like. But I don't know him. Got no idea. I'm going to be honest. Don't know. No idea. Okay, so Nigel, this is for you. All right, Nigel. So, okay, the first card, Nigel, this is about being too harsh or too critical on yourself. This is a reminder to soften your mind. Soften your mind and drop some of the expectations that you've had on yourself about yourself. Some of those expectations probably come from your mum and how your mum was, or what your mum may have expected from you in your youth. in your childhood, and that's still kind of plaguing you in your adulthood. It's a bit like that, you know, with our parents. Their voices become internalized, and we start to, I call them the, excuse me, the internalized others. And, you know, your parents could be living on the other side of the world, yet their voice stays with you, and it stays with you, and you still feel them with you every single day. So it's a reminder that it's not your voice, and that you know, just to soften a little bit. Don't be so harsh on yourself. Don't be so critical. And also as well, this card suggests to me that it's time to develop your mind. It's time to start doing maybe some training, opening your mind and your heart to doing some training as well. Now, my feeling is, Nigel, now this is a very cosmic card. She's also in the Mythic Tarot. She also represents astrology. Now, I don't know if you've been interested in studying astrology, Nigel, but this tells me that it would be a really good fit for you if you did feel like you wanted to study astrology. Now, there are plenty of online groups or online courses or books that you could buy to start your study off, but I'm encouraging you to go down that path. I think you would get I think you'd love it. I think you'd really enjoy it, and you'd have a lot to say about it. And I think it would be a really good fit for you. And so, yeah, that's my message to you tonight, Nigel. Okay. Free Spirit says, oh, it's been present a lot. I'm not sure what the girls are chatting on Instagram. Astrology is amazing. I love it as well. I'm an astrologer too. I absolutely love it. It's one of my most favorite things. I don't talk about it enough. I go through phases where I talk about it, and then I don't. And at the moment, I go through little obsessions. I get a bit obsessive. At the moment. I'm obsessing about dream work. That's what I'm feeling drawn to. Hi, Johnny Retro. Astrology is the best. It is. It's so awesome. You can do astrology can be such an incredible therapeutic tool as well. I used it in therapy the other day with my one-to-one channeling client. We sat down and well, it started off as, let's have a quick look at your chart. And then then it was it. Then I was off. I was off and running. I was in it, looking at her chart. So, okay. Abigail, hello. Hi, Leanne Headland on Instagram as well. Hello. Hi, Leash. Yes, love the dream work, Leash. I just love it. I'm obsessed with it at the moment. I'm definitely going to be running a course. I just haven't organised the date. I've got to sit down and do the date. I'll do it by tomorrow morning. I've been like, yes, I will. Okay, will I get a job once we move? Okay, let's see what comes up. So, you know, my feeling is yes. Okay, that's kind of goes without saying. I feel like you know this as well. This is about you just trusting that it will happen. It's like rolling a dice, isn't it? You know, it's fate. It will happen. It's just a matter of when. And this is the problem when we're sitting in what I call the in-between. You know, you don't, life has its own timing for us, and we kind of want to rush it, or, you know, if the perfect job, if the job hasn't arrived yet, it's because the right one hasn't shown up for you yet, and you're being protected. You know, waiting for the right one. Okay, let's pick some cards for you. That didn't make much sense. I think you knew what I meant. Oh, so okay. So this tells me you've got right. So will I get a job once we move? Yes, you've got to gather all your resources. Gather all of your resources. This is the card of, you know, it's interesting that you say you move. It's almost like, okay, you've got to pack. You've got to pack everything first. But I also feel like this is the card of like making sure you've got, you know, your CV up to date, making sure that you've got, you know, maybe you've got the right trainings in place. Make sure that, you know, your cover letters and all that sort of stuff are done professionally, and bring in all your resources from the past, and get any help that you need. If you need an agency, go through an agency, do whatever, you know, gather resources, gather life ropes to help you. The ship hasn't left without you, okay? It has docked. It's waiting for you. It's on its way. It's definitely on its way. You are about to start a brand new chapter. You are on the precipice of rebirth. So this tells me that it's not quite here yet. That the message is that you've got to gather, you know, as I was saying, get all of this stuff in place, gather your resources. And yes, probably it is, you know, packing up everything. But this is you on the precipice of a rebirth, of a brand new chapter, but you haven't quite got to the other side yet. You're like you're an embryo in the womb, you know, fetus in the womb, and yeah, you're about to start a brand new journey. And on what's on the other side of this card is the Fool, when he's birthed out of the cave, brand new chapter. So this is really exciting. So yes, you absolutely will. And I think you're right. You'll get it once you move. I feel like that's what this card was saying. But yes, you're gathering your resources. Yes, you will. Okay. All right. Oh, there are lots of orbs around me. Oh, that's good. That's nice. I haven't got my nice fancy thing on, you know, the filter on tonight. Missing it. Oh, lots of spirit. We had a so I also run a mediumship group on a Friday night from my home. It's by invite only, because it's a private space and because of what it is. Yeah, so there has been a bit of spirit activity in the house. I've got, you know, people's loved ones passed over, knocking on the door, waiting to connect with the people that show up for the sessions. And yeah, we had a beautiful night on Friday night. It was lovely. Very fortunate to do the work that I do. It's just, you know, we start off with a bit of cacao and then we just generally talk and share how we're going and what's coming up. Just generally, just very ever so gently opening our heart to each other and trusting and, you know, opening up vulnerably so that we can move into connecting with spirit with more ease, rather than sort of coming in and going, right, let's meditate and do it. It's a gentle opening up, gentle conversation, and then yeah, we start doing some spirit work. So yes, okay. So I'm going to read for Shanice Marie. Would love a card, please. Anything positive going to happen, please? Of course, positive things happen all the time. It's a state of mind, right? If if you think you can't, you can't. If you think you can, you can. It is a state of mind, and we've got to sort of look for the people think, well, I think life is super extraordinary. I actually think it's really weird, legit. I do think it's really weird that people are atheists, that they think that we just live and we die and that's it, and there's nothing else extraordinary about life. I mean, the fact that we even exist is absolutely fucking extraordinary, don't you think? When we look up and we see stars and a moon and a sun and planets and a sky that's so vast, a cosmic, this universe, I mean, that is extraordinary. So, you know, I think we take life for granted. So Shanice, you know, in response to your question, life is absolutely extraordinary. We just have to shift our perspective around that. Oh, I think it's bizarre. I do think it's bizarre. But then, you know, those people think I'm weird. I think they're weird. I don't get the muggles. I don't get it. Honestly, I don't get it. I don't get them. I don't want to get them either. You live your boring life, because that's just so like boring. I like a bit of magic. Who loves a bit of magic in their life? Absolutely. Hey, right? You know, we've got to make our own meaning of our own experience. Yes. All right, Shanice. Let's answer. Give you a couple of cards. I hope we don't get any shadow cards for you tonight. We'll see what comes up after all of that. Okay. So your message tonight, Shanice, is the card of the great sacrifice. Now, the Hanged Man card usually comes up when you've either just had to make a decision that's affected not just yourself, but your family, or you need to make a big decision. And this is you being on the precipice of deep transformation. on the precipice of life and death. Now, I mean that in as a metaphor, not as literal. Like you're on the precipice of moving in and out of consciousness, in and out of awareness. You're aware of the shift and the change that you have to make, and then you go unconscious because you don't want to deal with it, you don't want to know about it. You come back into consciousness. So this guy here, he's moving in and out of consciousness, knowing that he's going to have to make some big decisions. Now, in the story, I'll tell you the story about him because it'll help you make sense of this card, and I think it's a really powerful card. So his name is Prometheus, and he had this project. He created man. And to evolve man, he needed to give them fire so they could cook their meat and whatever else. And the only way he could get fire was from Zeus, who was the king of all the kings of the Olympians, or Olympus. And Prometheus, actually, he was a Titan. Nonetheless, so he went to Zeus and said, I need some fire to evolve my project. And Zeus said, get real. I don't want man to evolve. I don't want man to become smarter. So it's a no from me. And so Prometheus knew that was the wrong decision. He knew that Zeus was wrong in his decision. So what he did is he took a risk and he stole fire from him. And then he gave fire to man, and man evolved. Now, he did that. He knew that he was going to be punished, but he knew it was right action, and he did it for the greater good. He did it for the greater good of humanity, to evolve humanity. So, sometimes we have to make these difficult decisions despite the fact that we know that we're going to suffer, by having to make them. In this card, Prometheus was then hung on this rock. Zeus, to punish him, he hung him on this rock, and he sent this hawk down to attack his liver. And this hawk would attack his liver during the day, and that night the liver would regenerate itself. So he was tortured. He was tortured over having to make this big decision. So life isn't just joy, it's also suffering. It is we have to go through some of the discomforts to create change. And there is like a higher purpose for it. There is a benefit for it. So you're in a position where you need to make some pretty big decisions, or you've made a big decision and it's had a huge impact on you for sure, and your family around you. This is about you stepping into your sense of agency and your sense of sovereignty. This is about you finding yourself and becoming your own person. And this is partly why this decision has to be made. Like, you have to do this for you to step into your power and to your own independence. Okay, that was your message. Oh, it is an amazing story, isn't it, Shanice? Yes, these cards are just gold. They are absolute gold. I love teaching the Mythic Tarot because the myths themselves are a psychology. It's not just all fortune telling, is it? These are psychotherapeutic, psychological, and they're also based on astrology, these cards. So the women who wrote these, who created these cards and wrote the book, used Jungian psychology as well as astrology. So they're a companion to astrology as well. They're just brilliant. They are just like, I think they surpass right away tenfold because they're genius. They are amazing. Highly recommend these cards. If you want to learn more about them, you know where to go. I'll teach you. But yeah, they're brilliant cards, absolutely. Okay, let me see. So I'll pick somebody else. Hi, Louise Phillips. Now, you didn't ask, well, you haven't got a question there, but that's okay. I'll just draw some cards for you. Lovely to meet you tonight. I'm glad that you've made it. It's nice having a little love heart on your screen. That's pretty. Little love heart. Hello, Beck on Instagram. Does anybody on Instagram want a reading? Put yes in the comments section and I'll read for you as well. Hello, Jocelyn. Hello, everyone. For anybody who's just joined, my name is Marina Lobas. I teach tarot and channeling, and I mentor intuitive and spiritual entrepreneurs to monetize their passion to purpose. Okay, Louise, this is for you. All right. Okay, so Louise, the first card that's come up here is the card of paralysis. Now, we all know, those of you who know tarot, we all know the swords can be quite confronting, and the swords often relate to conflict. Now, in this card, it's like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. The message for you, Louise, is just go ahead and do what you love. You've got to forget what other people think. Stop worrying about what other people think about you. Go out there and do the thing. Now, my feeling is that you sort of have been a bit of a people pleaser, that you want to be loved. I mean, we all want to be loved, right? We all want to be liked and we want to be loved. But this probably stems from something in your, obviously from your childhood, wanting to be approved of by your main caregiver. And this card tells me that you're still kind of breaking this pattern of people pleasing. It's like when this card comes up, you can't. It's no matter what, you're not going to make anybody happy. It doesn't matter what you do. You can't please everyone. So just do the thing. Go and do what you want. Have your own back and just do what you want. Yes, not everybody's going to be happy. Yes, being a bit selfish may feel like you're doing something wrong, but that's just a conditioned response from being trained into thinking that you've got to put others first. You have to put yourself as a priority too, and it's time. The other card for you is the card of self-love, the Page of Cups. This is about you wanting to be in a relationship, or the potential of a new relationship coming in, or the potential of a new child as well. But I don't think you're pregnant. Okay, so I'm not saying that, but maybe it's a reconciliation with a child. There's a child around you. But I also feel like with this card, this is the potential, also for the potential of new relationship too. I'm also getting that you need to start focusing on nurturing yourself, being kind to yourself, being gentle, towards yourself, loving yourself, taking care of yourself. And we can do beautiful things. My daughter, what she does, honestly, we all need to take a leaf out of her book. Every night, she puts her creams on and she massages her face, and she tells me she's doing it because she loves herself. She does it to love herself. And she puts her little lip gloss on, and she puts her hand creams on, and she does it every night as a way to self-nurture. It's absolutely beautiful. We all need to take a leaf out of her book and and love ourselves. It might not necessarily be like that, but that is a beautiful way to bring self-love, before bed. Before bed, that's how she seeds her subconscious, with love. It's just beautiful. So yeah, that's your message, Louise. Okay. Self-love all the way. Hey, Miranda, it's a practice. You've got to keep grooming yourself with it. It doesn't sort of happen in one day. Every day you've got to look in the mirror and tell yourself why you're important, why you're beautiful and special. It's hard, isn't it? Because we don't, we're so trained. We're trained to have a critical eye and to be problem solving. So we look for problems even when we look at ourselves. Just look at the media, right? The news, everywhere we look. And then, of course, focus on magazines. We're focused on the external. I'm just thinking about magazines and the way people look, and, all of the beauty products and the pressure there is on women on aging and anti-aging and all of that sort of stuff too. Anyway. I'm tempted. I've been using retinol. I don't think it's working. We're all going to age, all of us. Anyway. Okay, so I'm going to read for... Did anybody on Instagram want a card? Put a yes in the comments section. I haven't seen a yes. Oh, yes, it was Leash. Hello, Leash. Yes, I'll read a card for you. Leash on Instagram. And then I'll read for Dixie on Facebook. You're next after Leash on Instagram. Okay. Hi, Rosa on YouTube. Hang around and I'll read a card for you as well. So glad you're here. I love it when people on YouTube jump in. Hang around, Rosa, because I'll read for you after Dixie. Okay. Leash. Let's see. Oh, Leash. So we know with this card that the wheel has turned, fate has played its hand, and the cutter has arrived. And obviously I know what's been going on in your life. Significant change has happened, and it will change the course of your destiny. Of course, you become a different person because of what you've been through, or it changes you. You become, you know, you can't stay the same after what you've just been through. It naturally, you go through change. And so this wheel does represent you going through some significant changes. The course of your destiny is shifting significantly. Now, my feeling is that I don't want to say it publicly. Obviously, I know a little bit about you. My feeling is that she will be around on the other side. She's on the other, but she's going to like be there for you on this next leg of your journey as you start to open up to your true potential and your true path, your true nature, your true vocation, your soul work, as you open up to that more fully and fully commit to that. I feel like she'll be the driving force behind that. You're the purpose, but she'll be a driving force behind that. And you can trust that. You can trust that 100%. And I feel like you know that anyway. Yes, there's competition around you, of course. We know that there are going to be people doing what we do, and that's okay. The lesson for you in that is that you've got to somehow take your practice to the next level now. You've got to push yourself now to take it to the next level. Despite everything that's happening, you've got to stay in your own lane and focus on taking your practice to the next level, doing what you do to the next level. There's no turning back anymore. It's forward, it's upwards. Leave all the fuckery down there and let that sort itself out. That'll sort itself out on its own. You keep aiming upwards, keep moving towards the light. Okay, that was your message, Leash. All right. Now, Dixie, could I have a work card, please? Yes, you can. Dixie, let's see what comes up. And then I was going to read for, Rosa. Rosa's here. Okay, Dixie, let's pick some cards for you. Of course, if you'd like to have a full reading with me, I should put a link in, shouldn't I? If you'd like to book in for a reading with me, I do natal charts, I do solar return charts, which is predictive astrology. I do tarot, obviously, soul readings, but I call all my readings soul readings, but I use astrology, tarot in my readings. Oh, did that work? No, that didn't. There we go. I'll do it again. There we go. So if you'd like to book in for a reading, yes, they can all be done via Zoom, and I record all my readings for you too, and then I upload it and I send it to you. So you get a recording of those readings as well. I'm not afraid to record it for you. I think it's good because then you can go back and re-listen again. My readings do have a therapeutic tone to them, so it's not really about me talking at you. I don't do that. I don't do sort of monologues. It's a dialogue. It's a collaboration between you, me, and spirit. So I invite you to explore the cards with me. Of course, I use my intuitive skills and speak to spirit, and also use my psychology skills, my counseling skills, narrative therapy and psychotherapy to explore the cards with you. So you have a full experience. So you walk away with having had some healing. Also, the ability to integrate, the information, because you've been a participant in the journey, not me just talking at you. Your voice has been heard as well in the storying, in the telling of the narrative that comes up through the reading that's generated by the cards, you, me, and spirit. And yeah, they're full and they're rich readings. So if you'd love a reading, you know where to find me. It's not fortune telling, it's tarot therapy, but I call it soul reading. So the link is in the comments there. And for those of you on Instagram, just DM me, because the link isn't. Oh, you could use the link above, but it will take you to my channeling page. You just have to go to my main page. You'll see it under services. All right, Dixie, this is for you. Oh, okay. So this tells me that you are burnt out, that whatever you're doing now it's either you've just started something new or you need to start something new, because whatever you're doing, it's not working. There's like, you're coming to an end of a chapter. Now, very curious card to come up here, because this tells me that you have like healing skills or skills in working with people. You're a good listener. You would make a great counselor. You would make a great therapist. You would do really well in the field of healing. Of all the cards in the Mythic Tarot, there are 78 cards. This is the card of the healer. But the talking therapist, somebody who's really good at holding space, listening, and being able to give advice as well. So this card tells me that you also do have some work around your own personal hurts, and that it would pay to go and do some, if you were to do like some kind of course, in therapy course or a healing course of some sort, or counseling, or some kind of Reiki, I don't know, something that you feel drawn to in the healing arts. If you were to do that, it would be of great benefit to you, not just to your clients, to the potential clients or potential people that you could be working with. This tells me that there's you can see here that his gown doesn't touch the water. He's out of touch with his feelings. And often good friend, like those friends, there's always that friend. You'd be one of those friends, that friend that everybody comes to you to tell you their life story or to tell you what's going on for them, but you rarely sit down and tell people what's going on for you. You're quite guarded around that, and it's not helpful. It's not helpful, and it's preventing you from having what you want, to having the loving relationships that you want, to having to be connected, deeply connected with who you are. It's like you're sort of ripping yourself off a bit in life. So I'm encouraging you to go and explore that aspect of yourself, and to go and do some of the inner work, so that you can bring your gifts to conscious reality and start utilizing them. Okay, so I was going to read for Rosa, wasn't I? So after Rosa, is there anybody else on Instagram that would like a reading? Oh, you started to feel her. Yes, I imagine you did, Leash. Leash said goosebumps. Yes, I started to feel her presence when I was doing the eulogy at the funeral, and dreams since then. Yes, there's so much fuckery that I'm in the process of leaving behind. Thanks so much. Hope and Faith, hang around. I'll read for you after I've read for Rosa, and then I'll pick somebody else on Facebook. How are we going for time? Oh, yeah, still got some time. All right, Rosa, this is for you. Oh, these cards are sticking together. I was having a little bit of a problem pulling these cards out. There we go. Oh, Rosa, these are so feminine. You can't see these cards yet. My ear's itchy. Sorry, guys. Oh, itchy ear. Okay. So the first card that I've got is the card of the mother archetype. Her name is Demeter, or Demeter in the Mythic Tarot. She is also known as the Empress, and she is about abundance. She is about fertility. She is about good things coming your way, new projects being birthed. If you're wanting to fall pregnant, which I don't think you are, or maybe you are, like, this is a very fertile card. Pregnancy is around you. If it's not you, it's somebody else. If you don't want to get pregnant, use contraception. But yes, there is fertility around you. You are ripe with fertile. So this card represents divine timing as well, that you can't force this project, this thing into being. You've got to give yourself some time to bring it into fruition. You are being guided by spirit. You are absolutely being guided by spirit. We've got Temperance here for you, Rosa, as well. Temperance represents your guardian angel and your conscious awareness of working with spirit. My feeling is, Rosa, that you have a business idea or some kind of you're working on bringing a new service or something into being like that, a service. And so you are being guided by the light. You are being guided by the angels. You have a strong connection with the angelic realm, and you need to use those gifts. You need to bring it into being. Now, the timing around that, there is a divine timing for sure. I also get as well with this card that because the first thing that popped into my head was mother, your connection with your mum. And we've got the card of forgiveness around that too, some healing around the mother, around your connection to your mum, some healing around that as well, and forgiveness, forgiving yourself or needing to say the things that were left unsaid, having that conversation with her, or at least journaling about it. I feel like there's a connection between your mum and these two, and this card. These two cards, I feel they're connected. Okay, that was your message, Rosa. So, now, hello, Jake. Jake Golding, good to see you. I just don't know who to read for. I get lost. There's so many. For those of you on Instagram, you probably can't see on Facebook. Well, it's gone down now, but usually when I jump on, there's like heaps, and then I don't know where to start. Because I'm on last, it kind of thins out because it's a bit late in the eastern states. Yes. Oh, you're so welcome, Rosa. I'm glad, Rosa. I'm so glad that you found me on YouTube. Drop back again. I'm here every Sunday night. Or come and find me on Facebook and become a Facebook friend so that we can connect. You can see. Oh, you probably Marina Lovas. You can find me on Facebook. Would love to get to know you. It's a nice feeling coming from your name, Rosa. It feels beautiful. I feel like we're meant to meet. Come and find me on Facebook. Okay, so fuck. Oh, who am I going to read for? It's 10:30. Is it Holly? Holly Burling? I'm going to read for you, Holly. Hi, Holly. Hi. Is there anybody else? Somebody else on Instagram I said I was going to read for, didn't I? Hope and Faith. Holly, I'm going to read for Hope and Faith first, and then I'll read for you. Hello, Hope and Faith. Do you have a name? Is there another name that I can call you by? I did say you. I forgot. Sorry, I'm back. I remembered. You must have telepathically hooked into me and said, hang on a minute. What about me? What's your name? Can you tell me your name? Sophie. Oh, Sophie. That's a beautiful name. When I hear the name Sophie, don't be offended by this, but it reminds me of my cat. I had a cat called Sophie, and I adored her. She was my baby. She was my first child. Loved her. Adorable. And she was so pretty. She was a beautiful cat. She was like a caramel, and she had the bluest eyes, and she was my angel. She took care of me. She was a beautiful cat. Oh, okay. Sophie, this is for you. Oh, I picked your two cards just like that. Okay, Sophie. So the first card that I want to talk about is taking a risk. Now, I feel like you need to take an emotional risk. If you want what you want, you've got to let go of the past. And this feels like with this card, you really do need to take what's the word I'm looking for? Money, and investing your money as well. It's like you need to take a risk. You need to drop what you're doing and start opening your mind and your heart to the possibility that you can have a thriving career in doing what you love. You need to take a risk. Let go of what you've done before because it's no longer serving you. Sometimes this can be in relationship as well, that we have to cut our losses and move on. To risk nothing is to have nothing. And I feel like some of that is for you in this reading. When I see this card there, I feel like you need to cut your losses around the past. Don't go back. This is about new beginnings, new love affairs, new opening up of your heart, new beginnings for you. But to risk nothing is to have nothing. You've got to I'll tell you about the story of this card because this might put it into context for you, or you'll be able to make sense of it on your terms. So this is Dadlius, and he had a thriving business in Athens, and he was he was training his nephew as an apprentice in his craft, he started to notice that his nephew was developing these incredible skills that were surpassing his skills, and he became very jealous of that. So instead of up-leveling his practice, instead of taking his practice to the next level, or like looking for ways to improve his skills, what he did instead is he took his nephew up to the top of the Acropolis in Athens and chucked him off the cliff, right? And tried to get rid of him. But that didn't work. All that did was caused him suffering. And so what he really needed to do was to let his nephew take that role and him step up in a new role and upskill his gifts. Instead what happened is Athena kicked him out of Athens and said, "You've lost everything now." Oh, Christ. The video ended on YouTube, on Instagram. Oh, sorry, Instagram. So she'll have to come back here. I think she got the message anyway. Whoopsie. That happened last week. It just cut off. I wonder if it cuts off after an hour, because an hour has passed. What's the time? What is the time? I can't see it because there's something in front of my thing. Yeah, it cuts off at an hour. That's what happens. Oh, I've gone over the hour. So you must be only able to go live on Instagram for 1 hour. Well, there you go. Okay, Holly, this is for you. Yes, and after Holly, I'll do a couple more readings. So don't worry. Oh, you're back, Miranda. Yeah, it cuts off. I was just saying on Instagram, I think it cuts off after an hour. So because that happened last week. It must be a new thing that Instagram are doing. You know, they change the rules all the time. So it cut me off. So whoever I was doing that reading for, they'll be gushed. They'll be like, oh, gone. Yes, I think it does have a time limit. I think it does. Everybody's going on here is going, oh, well, get over on Facebook. More for Facebook. All right, Holly, this is for you. Okay. I think you've been having some difficulty, some conflict, and I think it's been hard for you. And I do feel that you need to retreat. I think you need some kind of, either you're going through a separation, or you've had some kind of separation, or you're preparing for a separation. This tells me that this card, these two cards tell me that you need a break. You need some space. Now, separation can be separation from job, can be separation. I feel like with this card, though, that you've had some difficulty in relationship and you need some space. You need a break. You need time to recover. There's been some conflict. And you need to be on your own, or be in your own space. This also tells me that you need to plan strategically for your future. You need to plan ahead. You need to plan out what, like a chess player, not 2 moves ahead, like 10 moves ahead. You've got to think long term. These cards also tell me this future planning revolves around also about the development of your intellect as well. So it might be that you might be planning a new career, planning a new a new way to make money, or developing your mind in some way, shape, or form. Okay, that was for you, Holly. All right. Oh, thanks, Nigel. That would be nice. Nigel, you need to go and study astrology. Have you started doing that yet? I feel that was a really strong message for you, Nigel, and my feeling is you will love it. You will love it. You will thrive in it as well. You could study with, I don't know when Kim Eshamel is doing her next astrology training, but you could do astrology, although it would just be hard to get to her. But I think she does it online as well via Zoom. You could do it via Zoom with her, but it's about $65 a week, I think. I think that's affordable. I mean, it might be a bit tight, but it would be affordable. I think you'd like it, would be worth it. I think you'd love it. You'd get a real buzz out of doing that. All right, who am I going to read for next? I don't know. I just don't know. Oh, So many people. All right, I'm going to read for Nicole because she's got some mushrooms on there and some cherries. Hello, Nicole McLean. Lovely to meet you. I hope you're having a lovely evening. Miri. Okay, let's see. So, yes, so those of you who might have just joined now, I am offering at the moment one-to-one channeling training and mentoring in mediumship. The link is above in the comments section, or I can give you a link here. Let me find a link for you. So I do this in-house and via Zoom. It is therapeutic training. Well, it is a therapeutic journey, as well as learning how to connect with spirit, your deceased loved ones, learning how to read for yourself and others. But you'll be going on quite a deep, not quite, it is a deep transformational journey. These are my people love these sessions. Like I get people walk away and I get messages every time I do these sessions after their sessions saying how amazing the session was and how blown away they were by these sessions. They are so intimate. You will gain clarity around your purpose. You will clear and heal trauma. You will connect with spirit. You'll touch in and feel the tangibility of your loved ones who have passed over. They are profound. These sessions are very profound, and they're one-to-one. So you, me, and spirit working together to activate your purpose and connect you with the light, with source, with spirit. And yeah, love doing it. Very proud of those sessions. The link is above. If you do come, if you are in Perth, in-house is my preference. I don't have a lot of space in terms of like having loads of people. I've got 3 spots for June available, and I've got 2 spots still for May open if you want to jump in May. Yes. So the link is, did I put the link in? I'm not sure. I'll put the link in now. There you go. There's the link. Okay, Nicole, I'll read for you. Yeah, I've got the social evidence of people loving those. I've got to ask my clients to actually write me the formal reviews for them, because I get a lot of them underneath my links. They say, oh my God, people, you must do it. You've got to do it. It's so amazing. But I haven't had like people formally writing the reviews. I'll have to ask them to do that so you guys can trust me that it is amazing. They are amazing, those sessions. They're life-changing. I love doing them. I just love them so much. Yes. All right, Nicole, this is for you. Okay. So this guy's in the sign of Pisces. His name is Perseus, and he was a romantic. And this is you. You've got a very romantic nature. You are in love with love. This is you feeling the oneness of the universe and wanting everybody to be happy, wanting everybody to connect with life, with soul, with spirit. And you see yourself, it's very easy for you to merge with others, which herein lies some of the problem. Because of this capacity to merge so deeply, you can become like a sponge. Like you soak up the energies of other people, and it's hard to sometimes you lose yourself in your relationships. This card also represents you exalting people, because you've got this capacity to see the depth and the beauty in other people. You see their best potential. You see the potential of others, and you tend to project that potential onto your relationships. What this means is that you often become a victim of the projection, because these people they're not at the level to become that yet, and you feel let down when they're not fully being who you've exalted them to be. So you sort of become a victim of your own delusions. And I'm not suggesting you're insane. It's a beautiful quality. It's an amazing quality to be able to see the beauty and all of the greatness in people, but not everybody's ready for that yet. And so that you can be let down. But this does suggest to me that, what's that noise? That's the police. Sorry, I was just hearing this noise thinking, what is that? Is that my car? It does suggest to me that you really want to fall in love. Now, either you've just fallen in love or you're about to go on a journey of falling in love. And remember, falling in love is a temporary state. It doesn't last forever, but it's what all beautiful love stories are made from, all the romantic books, you know, Outlander, season 1, Outlander, everybody, you know, can we go past season 1? Oh my God, you know, we all live for that. And we all want that fantasy, but it cannot be maintained forever. It's kind of like the spiritual ecstasy. That candle's just gone out. As I said that, it can't be maintained forever, and then the candle blows out. You know, we all want that sort of spiritual love, that spiritual ecstasy, but it doesn't last forever. And then we sort of we realize that we're fallible and that we're humans, and that, we're imperfect, you know. So it is a beautiful card. This is you potentially falling in love. And yes, and this tells me that you've got some karmic ties with this person. There's like a past life or karmic tie, or there is some connection there that is needing to be cleared and resolved. Okay. All right, well, guys, I think I'm going to leave it at that. I'm finished for the night. I'm feeling done. So I'm sending you all so much love. I appreciate everybody showing up this week. I'm so grateful for you all to be here. Thank you for those who did share tonight. I'm sorry I didn't get to everyone. You know where to find me if you'd love a reading. If you want to find me, if you'd love a reading, here's the link here. I'd love to read for you. If not, and you want to see me next week, I'll see you here next Sunday. There you go. There's the link for the readings. I get really great reviews of my readings as well. Love doing readings. And of course, I'm a tarot teacher. You are going to have a reading and have a reading with one of the best, right? Teacher that teaches the teachers as well. I've taught tarot teachers too. So, yeah, I'm sending you all so much love. Big love, big love, big love. Mwah. Have an amazing week. Bye, everyone.